I remember last season losing against this deck. It felt like ages since I'd seen people playing the Great Oak, and I couldn't believe my eyes when I saw how much punch could fit into the deck. Just point slam after point slam. I think this is definitely one of the strongest decks out there. The amount of control is out of this world. I was able to fit not one, not two, but 3 locks, and you'll be surprised just how often all of them can come in clutch. So let's go through the deck. We have Cursed Scroll, because it really hurts whenever we are not able to get Renfri, Sultan or the Great Oak, though this deck usually does a pretty good job of playing all 3 quite consistently. If you want to win games, play Renfri. It's a busted card. She has a lot of different abilities that can sometimes make the difference between winning or losing a game, and she's just a lot of points. Aim for the Curse of Pride, destroy an enemy unit with 8 or less power, or the Curse of Gluttony, boost an allied unit by 2, increase this value by the target's base power. Great Oak is a great target as it would net 12 points for the leader. For the infusion, I recommend aiming for the Blessing of Kindness. When you play a unit, boost it by 1 for each adjacent unit with different even or odd power, because it is just so many points throughout the course of the match. Alternatively, aim for the Blessing of Humility. Whenever you pass, boost the lowest powered allied unit by 4. Sultan is there because he's such a big swing, especially since we're running no other Sultan cards and Eudora. If you play this and you don't kill any card with its damage, this plays for 17 points counting Eudora, because you can enable it as an engine if you can give it armor with the Dwarven chariots. The Great Oak is a great finisher, or you may want to use it to get rid of problematic cards up to 8 power. Overall, it's a great punchy card at its current provisions and power. Vanilla Geralt is great for control. People don't often expect him anymore at the higher levels of the ladder. I prefer this over Eskel because we're running various stacks and I just don't think it's worth it. Roach is great because it's a unit that thins itself, it helps with consistency and may help us win round 1. Wily is there because it's great control. It doesn't deal 4 damage, it doesn't destroy, it banishes the unit, which is so much better. The only better thing would be to seize the unit, but that would be overpowered. Use this if you want to banish a Madoc or the Flying Redanian. Knickers, just like Roach, is great thinning that doesn't introduce a special card. Eudora is essentially a better Knickers because she isn't a brick in our deck. She just makes the Sultan play more of a point slam. Then we have the 3 locks. We have Doregarai, Kiran, and Morin. Each is different. Doregarai is just a lock, Kiran is ideal for countering row locked cards, and Morin gives us the option of dealing 2 damage if the lock would play for nothing. Savior is there to get rid of graveyard shenanigans and echo cards. Renfri's gang is a great 12.1 thing play. The Dwarven chariots are really annoying to deal with, the best way being a lock, but otherwise this card often ends up playing for more than 10 points with all the armor. Plus it enables some other cards in the deck. Mahakam Defender is an option for proactive plays, and when enabled makes things even more awkward for the opponent, as knowing it would require a 6-point removal. Mahakam Volunteers is a great 8.1 thinning play. Dwarven Berserkers are great because they allow us to trade armor into points. Brokilon Sentinel synergize with our leader ability and allow us to thin by 2 once our leader is used. And finally, the Skirmishers give us more removal potential while synergizing with the Chariot. And that's it. Thank you very much for checking out the deck. Remember to like and subscribe, and if you'd like to support me directly, look into the links in the description of the video. Goodbye. Alright, coming up against Mahakam Forge, it's probably gonna be Dwarves. Hands looks good. Have the possibility of thinning with the Renfri's gang, although we would like to have the volunteers, but we don't have the bricks like Roach or Knickers. Okay, nice proactive play. Now playing the Chariot is tempting. because opponent can't click and not give us armor value. And playing back row will give them the possibility of dealing with the chariot. We get the value, which feels good, and it starts dealing with the chariot. Trying to deny that with the skirmisher. Seems like the best play. Using the berserker would make it 1 in 3 roll, which isn't ideal. But now we're open to the skirmisher, and there it is.
Had your kneecaps broken.
Which is fine. Now we play the berserker, hoping to get the armor, and I think I did end up getting it. Yeah, feels good even watching it back over. And the best of boys coming out also in the correct row, because we like to stack due to the Great Oak. Wow, using leader there, I think it was too much. Plus, it just gave the value for armor that we were already gonna get, and look, the opponent's berserker also gave Nicker's armor value. Nice thinning play, it keeps us ahead. Okay. We don't want to commit just so much more, so let's pass. Okay, we now have the volunteers, which feels good, but you know, taking more mulligans seems risky. Even if we have two, then we could break with the sentinels or the other volunteer, so we don't take it. I can pass. We have to deal with it. Because it's just a lot of points in armor, and we don't like that. It also thins Roach, display. So we're feeling good. I think opponent passed after this or something. No.
We're the best regiment in the whole plowing north.
They think their own volunteers. Now we want to keep ahead as much as possible to get the card out. And this is just enough. and sets up the dwarf to thin the volunteers later on. Sultan, it feels really bad not having Wily right now because it could deal very easily with that Sultan, but we're okay because, again, by 1 point we stay ahead. More Sultans, and there Eudora. And at this point I was starting to consider using Leader both for thinning and just to get the reach.
Elven land.
Thinking about it, and I do go for it. Yeah, and I was careful not to just overflow the front row. It's fine, we don't always have to put all the units in a single row.
The paper's enough. Let's get
Nice
to
9-point unit. Of course, you can imagine what I'm going to do next. We can let that leave, and now we also have reach with the skirmisher. Still ahead. Feels good. And finally we got that card. Now we have 5 cards in the deck, so we get to choose exactly what we're gonna draw. Because remember, we have 3 draws and 2 mulligans. So the defender isn't the strongest thing, and well, we don't want to banish anything from opponent's graveyard now. We don't have a reason to think it's going to be very important, so we just mull away Savior. Pretty much best hand we could hope for last round. There's a reason to play either Renfri or Dwarven Chariot first, but yeah, Chariot is just best overall because it gives us more armor. It's an engine, whereas Renfri is not. Okay. Can't play Sultan just yet.
Wanna know why?
Thinking about what might be best, and we of course go for the Curse of Gluttony because of Great Oak. And we're very far into the match, so well, even then I think the Blessing of Kindness ended up being the best choice. Taking the 4 is fine. Opponent's own Sultan now enables our Sultan, which again another engine, and it feels good, not hitting armor. We can't let that live, that's quite an engine. But we have ways of dealing with it. Quick lock is fine, even if opponent deals with the lock, we have yet another lock. That's okay, but we have the answer. Wily. Protecting the highest power unit, most likely to get removal. We don't want to, you know, we need to leave space for the Great Oak, and we just use Morin to make sure that Sultan isn't an engine anymore.
Right.
And the Great Oak is, we can just play it furthest to the left. There's no reason to damage anything. And we use the leader, and you can see it's almost 20 point lead, 19 point. GG.
Pride is all we've left.
Okay, coming up against the mirror match. Of course, we mull away Knickers. And I believe we're going first, so there's no reason to be afraid of having one brick. Actually, that's ideal because we can have it at the bottom of the deck, but I mulled it away anyways. That's fine. Of course, we're gonna use the stratagem on that Renfri's gang. No reason to take the stratagem just yet, and giving a GG to the opponent at the beginning of the match.
I must re-examine the manuscripts.
Okay, opponent is playing for provision cards. We like removing those. We prefer the thin over just more gold cards. It's just better to thin. We don't want too strong of a hand because that way we can go deeper into the round.
Ugh, stop gurgling like that.
Or, of course, opponent uses leader to get rid of that removal.
They cannot see us.
I could do the same with my leader, but I think I ended up using Wily. Because locking that is just asking for a Dryad's Caress.
Slow, ain't ya?
Plus it puts it out of the game. In case this is just a deck that likes using necromancy. I should have protected Wily there, but it's fine protecting Knickers. And now I want to get rid of both of those cards. And I also think
They cannot see us.
I'm just trying to put the most amount of
The
cards,
only good mage
even
is a dead
power
mage.
cards, with one another. Again, Curse of Gluttony would seem best, especially if we can make sure to have last say. So I end up picking that. And whenever you pass the unit by 4, this ended up playing for 12 points. We get the round. It makes sense to bleed because we have that infusion in the leader ability, and we are still not too sure what's up with the opponent's deck. And our draws look very good. We have no bricks. Only 2 bricks left in deck, and we can thin both of those. It's unlikely the opponent would be able to deal with the Berserker. We may even want to play this Sultan. We can just thin the Renfri's gang right away. Nice practice play.
To bleed you.
Neuromancy, it's gonna get banished by our Xavier.
Don't dare think you can escape.
why not? Weird choice playing Sorceresses of Doblathana with the scenario. But okay, nice original idea, I think. We could play the Sultan, or we could just let it be there, but we get no cards even though we got scenario. So we choose to play on. Coming to thin. If we do get to thin, then we once again get to choose whatever card we want for the last round.
Reach high into the sky.
I don't remember what exactly I did against that, but at this point we don't care too much about going one card down.
We'll put Mahakam
We
boots
prioritize
to
the
imperial
thing
axes.
and we banish the Waylay in case of any seamless shenanigans.
Splendid props.
Opponent
And ever they shall be.
wanting to get rid of that Xavier but not being able to. Playing Great Oak right now seems risky, but we surely would want to get rid of that 3-point unit. We can do it with the Morin. We could do it with the Sultan, but we miss the 2 points, and I think I end up going for that. We could expect a tall punish like Heatwave there, and I just don't see a reason to use the leader just yet. We are comfortably ahead. Seems there is no Heatwave, and now we have a target for the Geralt. Though maybe it would be best to lock one of the engines. We can also use the Sultan. We go for it. Because at this point I'm starting to think that the opponent doesn't really have much going on. They have a bad hand, that's what I'm suspecting.
The earth will flow with the blood of Ensure.
It seems worth it to lock that, although if they have the Dryad's Caress, then it just feels bad, but it's worth going for that. Banishing their special cards. Oh yeah, they have the beer card.
Our world is in harmony.
We finally locked that engine. So this deck just seemed like special cards elves with scenario.
Why should I, an elf, a
There is
saint,
the Simlas.
converse with an ancient?
And we're happy to have Xavier there because we get to banish the next one. That was about to come out, and we can play the Geralt. We just go all in because there's no reason to think that opponent has much left. They played a lot of provisions now. And we still have the 4, boost by 4, the lowest unit, thanks to Renfri. That's not a lot of points.
The only good dwarf is a dead dwarf.
And I think the last card was Harald.
Tall enough to kick your arm.
And not even full Harald. You can see again almost 10-point lead. Easy. GG. Okay. Last match against Patricidal Fury.
You've got the heart of an uncrit.
We like going against control decks because usually we just have more POINTSLAM than them and we're pretty much immune to control. We don't care too much about being controlled. 3 bricks, we can't do much about that, especially since we don't go first. Lack of stratagem means we can't do anything about that knickers, but we're happy to keep it for later rounds.
A stench of beer. I knows it well.
Nice proactive play with the chariot once again.
Come on! Show us what you got! Dance! Dance!
the Berserker, and also, you know, giving it 1 armor. Unlikely it will die. It doesn't, so we can thin the volunteers. But it's likely we're gonna play more cards, so we play the Defender first just to set up another engine online as soon as possible. And now it's really unlikely that the Dwarves won't survive. The Dwarves. Getting our value in armor, we can re-enable the Defender, making it pretty annoying for opponent to deal with, and within volunteers, we're comfortably ahead. Feeling good. Again, getting good value for provision cards, but we can enable the Defender once again. There's no reason to get the big swing from the Renfri's gang. We can comfortably be playing just the 1 skirmisher. I think we ended up winning this on even cards. Yep. And by 2 points, it's really good. See, we used almost nothing, and I think we still have Roach in deck. Yeah. But again, the bricks come to haunt us. That's okay. Again, display.
We serve her who is burdened.
Opponent playing for, well, essentially carry over with the effect of the, I forgot the name of the other card, but you know what I mean. Their raids are stronger. I don't want to play the Knickers from hand. I don't see a reason to.
A pleasure to bleed.
Just playing the gang for good points, 1 thinning. Getting our value in armor once again. See what I told you about getting all the value? It already played for 10. It already played for 11.
Scoia'tael! Attack!
Skirmisher is probably gonna die, but we can't do much about that, so we don't even put another point of armor in it. Yeah, it feels bad because one had the Bloodthirst enabled, but oh well. I really want to get Renfri down as soon as possible, so just getting leader out, but taking the higher power units, playing Renfri. Again, the Curse of Gluttony. Though I remember being worried against the Champion's Charge and the Blessing of Kindness, which was just a lot of points in this instance. That's also why we play Renfri in between the Sentinels. And Roach finally coming out, so ahead by quite a lot of points. We're a bit concerned that the opponent is going to use their leader to clog our front row.
You can bid my tail goodbye.
And they do at first, but just to, you know, play safe. And now that Sov is out, we're not as scared of their round 3. So it seems better to just pass. We couldn't get a card out of them, but that's fine. We got a very strong card. And we would have loved to get rid of that Echo card with Xavier, but we didn't have access to him. We mull again, mull away Knickers, and we hope to get more in because there's not much point in Xavier anymore. Yeah.
If I go down,
Full golden hand. And we could either lock that, but I decided to go for the wider. Denying a good amount of points. We could say that card played for 12 because it was one more point and also transforming. We could use Geralt on that, but there's pretty much no reason. These decks are usually devotion and they don't have a way of dealing with the locks, so we just play Morin.
They'll not leave here alive.
Knickers coming onto the front row is unfortunate. We would have loved him to go into the back row. But the opponent fixes that for us by killing our Morin, so never mind. Now we can play Sultan finally. And remember the infusion from the leader ability, it doesn't come out at 4, it comes out at 6. Because Eudora spawns as a 3. Trying to deal with that. I think opponent's gonna be able to. Yep. And quite efficiently, that was a really good play. We definitely want to play a Great Oak as the last card. See, this leader ability already played for more than the boost the lowest unit by 4 whenever you pass.
blood for foul blood!
10-point play. There's only one even power card. Already more points.
Worry not. We'll tend your ankle biters too.
We're happy to get rid of that with Geralt. See, people don't expect that usually. And again, 2 points. Full leader. Opponent could have clawed the roll, but I think they weren't expecting the Great Oak. And there you go, that was the champion's charge I was concerned with. So yeah, here I hesitated a bit because I wanted to show you just how many points really the deck could get. So if you play it in between the 1 points, we get... I think we didn't end up getting more points, but you can... GG.